And hello there, everybody, and welcome to this latest installment of HTFL Football, the Hometown Football League. I'm Big Paulie coming to you. Today we have the Cincinnati Bengals, who won their first game. They played Baltimore last week, the combination of the Baltimore Colts and the Baltimore Ravens, and now they play the Indianapolis Colts. All Colts. Everybody ready to go at Lucas Oil Stadium. 69 degrees and calm. Guess they had the air conditioner on just a little bit better than they normally do. Cincinnati won the toss and will receive. And there you get a look at both teams, the lineups here, and we'll go through them as the game wears on. Kenny Anderson starting for Cincinnati, Peyton Manning for Indianapolis. Sam Leitch will coach the Bengals. Tony Dungy will coach the Colts. Cincinnati moving left to right on your computer monitor. Yeast back deep for the Bengals. And we're underway. Yeast takes it at the 5. A fumble, and it's going to be recovered by the Colts.
38 yards by Yeast. Fumble recovered by Mathis. Indianapolis ball.
Mathis has it, and I forgot to turn off Mr. Ray Curtis, so we will not be needing him today. I only use him when we have two losing teams doing battle, and that is not the case today. So Indianapolis recovering the kickoff fumbled. So we'll set their offense up first. It's Falk and Johnson at running back. Harrison and Wayne, two favorite targets of Peyton Manning, who will be playing at quarterback. Those are your two wide receivers. Dallas Clark, the tight end. Hinton, Lilha, Saturday, Solt, Glenn, your offensive line. We will go with, I'm coaching the home team as always, a pitch to the right to Marshall Falk out of San Diego State, and we'll set the Cincinnati defense for you when we come back. And Falk gains 6 yards. Animation looks a little slower, but I think as you play games, that sometimes happens in Action PC Football. That's the software we use to play these games. The all-time Cincinnati squad: Smith and Dunlap at defensive end, Atkins and Reed defensive tackle, Spikes, LeClaire, Perfect at linebacker spots, Parrish and Riley your corners, Casanova and Nelson are your safeties. It's now a 2nd and 4 from the 27. We'll go to Marvin Harrison. I'm thinking of the defensive back. Medium fly pass. And he's got it, 17 yards. Drilled by Kenny Riley out of Florida A&M. Harrison held on, and it's now 1st and goal at the 10. We'll go pitch to the right, Marshall Falk again. And Perfect. Tackles Falk at the 3 after a 7-yard pickup. Give him a rest and go off tackle right Anthony Johnson. The up back gets 1 yard. Now it's at the 2. A little confusion as to what they want to do offensively. And we will not go to Harrison. We're going to go to a decoy and go to Falk on a passing play. Instead, they give it to Dallas Clark, and he's got a touchdown. Very quick score for the Colts. Here's the point after. And it's good. Vanderjagt puts it through, and it's 7-0 Indy. Yeast back deep again for the Bengals. Let's see if he could do better than he did the last time. Taken by an up back at about the 10. He boters through to the 45. That was Watson. And that kick return was elementary to him. Setting up the Cincinnati offense, it's going to be Dillon and Johnson, your running backs. Hujmanzada and Green, your wide receivers. Ross at tight end. Ken Anderson at quarterback out of Augustana. Munoz, Steinbach, Johnson, Montoya, and Anderson will be your offensive line. We'll set up the defense for Indianapolis in just a moment. First, a 1st and 10 play from the 45. And it's a give to Dillon, and he picks up 4. And Sanders has been hurt. Bob Sanders, and he will be out of the game with a concussion, apparently. So that will reset the starters I was going to give to you for Indianapolis. Freely and Mathis are your defensive ends. Johnson and Brock your defensive tackles. Bickett, Freeman, Washington your linebackers. Buchanan and Daniel at corner. Bethea and now Adams, Mike Adams, will play safety. And right now we got a 2nd and 6 from the 49. Pass is caught by Hujmanzada. And forgive me a moment for opening up a can of Coca-Cola. It is not beer I drink. Buchanan, especially not during a game, because you never know what I'd say if I drank a little beer. That's a pickup of 9 yards. 1st and 10, ball at the 42 of the Colts. Anderson looking. And he's got another man here. That's 20 yards to Ross. Anderson threw for 429 yards last week, and he's already off to a flying start in this game, picking up 29 yards, going 2 for 2. But it's very early yet. 1st and 10 at the 22. They give it to Dillon. Dillon's got a few, 3 yards. Johnson on the tackle for the Colts. It'll now be a 2nd and 7 at the 19. That's to Pete Johnson. A sweep to the left, and that's a good for 2 yards. Chris Collinsworth will come into the game and be a third wide receiver. He will wear number 80, and he'll be up top here at the top of the screen. And it's 3rd and 5 at the 17 now. Anderson, there'll be a marker down, so hold everything.
Holding. Offense. Number 65, 10-yard penalty.
Okay, if we take the penalty, it would be a 3rd and 15 from the 27. They did not get the first, so I'm going to decline it. And it'll be a 32-yard field goal try. Oh, we got trouble here. Bad snap from Johnson. McNally ran for it. He was holding. Pat McNally was the holding. Graham was the attempted man making the kick. And there was a Chinese fire drill in the backfield. And Bickett tackled him for a 5-yard loss, so Indy will take over from there, 1st and 10 at their own 20. We'll go to Falk, and we will go sweep right this time. It's a 3-yard gain. Reed on the stop. We'll go to Reggie Wayne, short out. And it's completed, but there's a marker down.
Holding. Offense. Number 78, 10-yard penalty.
They get Glenn for holding, and that'll cost them 10 yards. 2nd down and 17. Coming up for the Colts. We'll go to Dallas Clark on a medium cross. 11-yard gain. Breeden made the tackle for Cincinnati. And it's 3rd down. Peyton Manning talking about his favorite states and his favorite cities in Nebraska, saying Omaha a whole bunch. Omaha. Plus route, slant pass to T.Y. Hinton. And it's there. 1st down, 8 yards. Fulcher on the stop for the Bengals. And we will go back to Falk on a sweep right. And this time he loses 2.
Offsides.
But
Defense. Number 97, 5-yard penalty.
penalty against Atkins. And that'll be 5 yards. We're going to go medium pass play action to Harrison. Try to get him the ball as frequently as possible. And it's caught. 16-yard gain. And it's now 1st and 10 at the 47. Johnson dive play. Give Falk a rest here for a little bit. And he picks up 1 yard. Smith on the stop for Cincinnati. How about Harrison? Oh, we've done Harrison one too many times. We'll go Reggie Wayne on a slant here on 2nd and 9. And it's not there, incomplete. 4 wide receivers now in for Indianapolis. Medium pass. And we will look for Hilton. And it's caught. First down, 16 yards. Ambrose on the stop for the Bengals. 4:23 left now, opening quarter. We'll go Clark, and we will go medium cross. Dumped underneath the Falk, and he picks 8. 8 yards up. Casanova makes the stop. Let's take a look at Tommy Casanova out of LSU. Cincinnati did have a good run in the mid-70s. They played Oakland in one of the years Oakland contended and lost to them 31-28. Great game. Of course, it'll be one of those games that was before everybody started recording games on VCR for the most part, or beta. So if you ever find that game on YouTube, you found a classic. We'll go off tackle right, Marshall Falk. And a 1-yard gain as Spikes gets there to stop him from getting the first. It's 3rd and 1 now. Dilger will come in and play second tight end. We'll go off tackle left, Marshall Falk, and just try to throw everybody off guard that way. And it's a first down. 2:23 left now. Falk is tiring. And put 3 wide outs in, and we will go medium out to Harrison. Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass, and it will now be a 2nd and 10. Double tight end formation. We'll put Dilker to work on a short hitch. It's there, 9-yard pickup. We'll go double tight again, and we're going to put Edgar and James into the game. And we will trap right. And the edge could not find the edge. Reed got to him on the tackle before he got to the first down marker. So the Colts will will kick a field goal, I should say, because they're at the 11. Why would they punt on the 11 of Cincinnati? Vandercheck coming in, puts the tee down, and will try a 28-yarder. And it's good. No, he did not have a tee. What was I thinking saying that? 28-yard kick was good. It's 10-0 Indianapolis. So Cincinnati has work to do. Yeast back deep again for the Bengals. Takes it at his 5. Slowly moving up the field.
Holding.
Gets a
Receiving team.
25-yard return, but it's going to come back on a holding. Dunlop. And with 17 seconds left to go, we should be at the final play of the first quarter here. Anderson starts from his own 13 on a 1st and 10. Looks, throws. And it was deflected. Montoya, who was one of the tackles. Let's look at him real fast. Max Montoya tried to catch the pass, but could not. 2nd and 10. From the 13 with 13 seconds left to go, so that was not the last play of the first quarter. It's complete to Johnson. A pass from Anderson to Johnson for 16 yards, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Your score, Indianapolis 10, Cincinnati nothing. And back to start the second quarter. 15 more minutes on the clock. 1st and 10, ball to 29. Anderson, and he finds the Ross right on the numbers. 17 yards tackled by Bethea. And it's now 1st and 10 at the 46. Anderson now 4 out of 5, 62 yards. First down. This time it's a give to Dillon, and Dillon nearly picks up the first down right there with a 9-yard gain. Mathis coming out of the game. And it'll now be a 2nd and 1. Colts have good defensive ends, but they're kind of soft on defensive tackles. So if Cincinnati kept trying to run the ball up the middle, they should have success. Ball to 45 for this 2nd and 1 play. Anderson Might let her rip here. And it's a pass to Johnson for 3 yards. That's enough for the first. Bickett made the stop. And it's now 1st and 10 at the 42. Dillon goes nowhere. Johnson on the stop on that play. And it's now 2nd and 10, ball at the 42. Still. Anderson, incomplete.
Illegal motion. Offense. Number 89. 5-yard penalty.
We will accept the penalty, make it 2nd and 15 from the 47. Anderson, not afraid to throw that deep ball. He was looking for Ross, but it was covered by Buffea, incomplete. Now 3rd and 15. There's Chris Collinsworth into the game. And he makes an immediate impact, picking up 25 yards. And it's a first down at the 22, so Cincinnati converts a 3rd and long. First down. And again, Anderson stays red hot. Ross makes the catch inside the 15, a pickup of 11. He is now 7 out of 9 for 101 yards. And we're very early into the second quarter. 1st and 10 at the 11, so it's not 1st and goal. It's to give to Johnson, and Johnson takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bengals. Okay, so we're a point away from a 3-point game. And it's good. Graham with the point after. And it's now 10-7. So Indianapolis will receive the kickoff for the first time in this game. Wilkins back deep for the Colts. And it's Wilkins taking it at the 1, moving it out to the 22. We bring Marshall Faulk back into the game at running back because we took him out right before the end of the series. He was getting a little tired. And we're going to give it right to him on a trap right. And that's only a pickup of a yard. Brifick brought him down. Faulk on the day, 6 carries, 19 yards, 1 catch for 8. Receiving standout so far is Marvin Harrison, 2 for 33. I keep calling him Reggie Harrison for some reason. Anyway, screen pass to Anthony Johnson on 2nd and 9. Slow to develop. And it's intercepted. That was Mike Reed. With the theft, and he was brought down at the 21 after a return of a yard. So very quickly, Cincinnati can either tie it with a field goal or give his team the lead with a touchdown. It's 1st and 10 at the 21. And he was looking for A.J. Green. Daniel was on the coverage. It was incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 21. This time it's a give to Johnson, and he picks up 2. Pete Johnson. We were going to look at him real fast, but Cincinnati went to a 3-receiver set for this next play. A 3rd and 8 from the 19. 9:16 left to go in the half. It's 10-7 Colts. And looked like a draw play to Dillon, and he picks up 5. That puts the ball at the 14 for a 4th and 3. Graham will come in and will try a field goal from 31 yards, which would tie the game. And he boots it through. And right now we have a 10-10 tie. Wilkins again back deep for the Colts. Taken at the goal line. And this time
Holding. Receiving team.
But holding against the Colts, Buffea. And the Colts will have to start from a hole at the 7-yard line. We'll go Faulk. Sweep to the right. And that's good for 5. Perfect on the stop. We'll go Johnson on a screen. After that play. Incomplete. Right through the hands of Johnson. And it's 3rd and 5. How about a nice safe hitch to Dallas Clark? And it's good. And it's good for 11 yards. Peyton Manning not having a bad day either on the stat sheet. 9 out of 13 for 98 yards. One pick, but one touchdown to go with it. Now, a 1st and 10 at the 23. We will go back to Falk, and we will sweep it to the right. Like Cincinnati kind of sensed it was a run because they ran a delayed blitz. Dunlap made the tackle for Cincinnati. It's now 2nd and 10 from the 23. We will go to Reggie Wayne on a medium slant. And Cincinnati looked confused on defense. They called timeout before the play could get started. It's 10 to 10 now. We have 5:37 left until halftime. We'll go to Hilton as the Colts bring in 3 wide receivers, medium out. And it's good. Nice catch there by Hilton. For 14, Fulcher knocked them out. And we go right back to Marshall Falk, off tackle to the right. And a nice hole for Falk, who picks up 15 yards on that play. Parrish made the stop. Now 1st and 10 at the 48. And I think Mr. Manning is going to go for the whole Magilla here and go to Harrison. And off the hands of Harrison. Looked like he had it, but he dropped it. And we will go to Falk on a screen pass on 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete. Sets up 3rd and 10. Medium pass. I think they'll double cover Harrison. We'll go to Falk out of the backfield. And it's good. Nobody was looking for Falk. And Parrish finally got to him after a 17-yard gain. It's now 1st and 10 at the 31 of the Bengals. They're going to stay in the same formation and medium slant it to Dallas Clark. And he's open and got it. 15 yards. Nelson on the stop. Colts again find the red zone. We'll go right back to Falk, off tackle right, but a marker down.
False start. Offense. Number 78, 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
And that is Glenn with the false start. Back him up 5. 1st and 15 at the 21. Pitch to the right, Marshall Falk. And it sounds like a nice gain, and it is. 7 yards. Chopping that distance down a half. Try to get a play in before the 2-minute warning. We will go to Reggie Wayne on a short out. Not there. Incomplete. 2:06 to go. 4 wide receivers into the game now for Indianapolis. How about Pierre Garçon on a medium cross? Pierre was not lucky. Incomplete pass. And on 4th and 8, the Colts will kick a field goal. Here's Vanderjack trying one from 31. And it's good. You score now. The Colts 13, the Bengals 10. Yeast back deep. We just reached the 2-minute warning, by the way. Yeast will be back deep for the Bengals. It goes to him at about the 10, and he moves out to the 30. It'll mark him down at the 29. He caught it at the 8, so it's a 21-yard return. So with 1:50 left, Cincinnati with 2 timeouts left to the Colts 3. Each team has their challenge remaining. 1st and 10 from the 29. Anderson finds A.J. Green, but there's a marker down.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense. Number 38, 5-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
Unfortunate break for the Colts as Daniel was called for the face mask, so that'll be 15 more. He's out of LSU. And it's now 1st and 10 at the Colts 47, so Cincinnati quickly moving to the other side of the field. A give to Corey Dillon, and he's got 16. 16 more yards. A 1st down at the 31. Anderson rolls to his right. Finds number 18, A.J. Green, a gain of 22. stepped out of bounds at the 9. So very quickly, the Bengals in 41 seconds have moved to the 9-yard line of the Colts. The way they're going, I wouldn't be shocked if they punched it in here. Anderson has his touchdown. We called that one. Corey Dillon with the catch. And it's 16-13. Here's the point after. It's good. And it's now 17-13, and the Colts will have 1 minute to try to get a score of their own here as Cincinnati kind of moved too quickly. And Wilkins back deep for the Colts. And he's going to return it from a yard deep in his end zone. And he was successful because he got out to the 20. So Peyton Manning, no stranger to 2-minute drills himself. He's going to go long out on the first play, and he will look for Reggie Harrison. They have all 3 timeouts left. Instead, it's dumped off to Marshall Faulk, who picks up 6, and he gets out of bounds with 40 seconds to go. We'll try Dallas Clark on a medium out. It's caught, and it's a big gain. Nobody's going to catch Clark. It's a touchdown. Dallas Clark on that play goes over 100 yards receiving in a day, and it's not even halftime yet. Colts retake the lead. Here's Vandercheck with the extra point. Cincinnati played a shootout last week, and they're in one this week. It's 20-17 with 26 seconds to go. Kick it at angle and try to avoid getting it to Yeast. But he'll take it just in front of the 10, and a nice return for Yeast all the way out to the 45. So the Bengals can come back and get a score here with 16 seconds left. 1st and 10 at the 45. They instead give to Dillon, and Dillon gets no gain. Will Cincinnati use a timeout here? They will with 10 seconds to go. They might be thinking Hail Mary, so I'm just going to do a prevent zone. And I don't like to call defensive plays, but sometimes you got to do it. 4-1 dime prevent. They dump it off to Dillon again, and he's got a first down, but how much time's left on the clock? None. Gain of 12. So we ended that first half with a bang. Your score going into the second half is the Colts 20, the Bengals 17. And back with you to start the second half. Big Paulie coming to you. And we had a barn burner in the first half. Indianapolis with a 20-17 lead over Cincinnati. Both teams airing it out at the end of the first half. Each team scoring after the 2-minute warning. Manning 14 for 20, 220 yards, an interception, and 2 sixes. Anderson 11 out of 14, 163 yards and a touchdown. So you got 2 good quarterbacks and 2 good teams to complement them. Indianapolis will get the ball on the kickoff. They recovered a fumble to start the game, as you'll recall. Wilkins back deep for the Colts, and he's going to take it and run with it. Just inside the goal line and out to the 29. He goes from the 2 to the 29. Marshall Faulk, who has had 10 rushes for 46, 3 carries for 31, we'll give it to him for carry number 11. All goes well. Sweep to the right. And that's a pickup of 3. Dunlop on the stop. 3 wideouts in the game now for the Colts. They'll go to Harrison, medium out.
Pass interference, defense. Number 13, automatic, first down.
They get Kenny Rowley on pass interference, so move it out to the 45 for a 1st and 10 play. Off tackle right, Marshall Faulk. And that's good for 6. Rowley again on the stop. You know who a good defensive player is because he's everywhere. He winds up being everywhere and anywhere on a given play, even the bad plays where you make penalties. To me, that's a good sign of a good defender. He's by the ball at all times. Pierre Garçon, short out. And it's completed. 10 more yards. So move the Colts to the 39. First and 10 at from there. We'll sweep it to the right with Falk. The crowd likes this. 7 more yards. Reed on the stop. We'll go to Johnson on the screen. He gets 9. Spikes on the tackle. We'll shift our tight end over to one side. And we're probably going to go to him here. Yeah, we're going to go to him. Play action, medium fly to Dallas Clark. He made that big catch before the end of the half. And this time it went to Johnson, and that was good for 11 yards. So Peyton Manning, red hot at the moment. Reggie Wayne on a hitch, medium hitch. Instead, they go underneath to Johnson, and that's a touchdown. Anthony Johnson puts the Colts up 26-17. Here's the point after by Vanderjack to make it 27-17. I have this feeling this game's just getting warmed up, folks. Colts will be kicking off. East back deep. For Cincinnati, he takes it just outside the 10. Gains 19 yards to the 27. Kenny Anderson, who had a hot hand in the first half, 11 out of 14 for 163 and a touch. He'll get started from his own 27. Oh, a nice pass there to Dan Ross. And that was 16 yards. So the Bengals, not afraid to move the ball on their own. First and 10 at the 43. It's a give to Dillon. Dillon did not get much, if anything. Freeney got hurt, but it's going to stay in the game. Looked like he was favoring his wrist. Ball to 43 for a second and 10 now. Anderson back. Looking for Dillon, incomplete. Washington provided defensive coverage. And now it's 3rd and 10, advantage Colts. But knowing Anderson, he might pull a rabbit out of the hat here. Pitch to Dillon, and Dillon only gets back to the line. No gain. A 4th and 10. Looking like the Bengals will punt. I'm going to think that they will. It's going to be inside the 15. We'll just fair catch it. And it was fair caught at the 12 by Wilkins. 7:43 left now in the third quarter. 27-17 Colts. We'll go to Falk, and we will go trap right. And a nice gain by Falk. That's 6 more yards. Gets him to 68 on the day rushing. Colts outgaining the Bengals 332-228 at this point. Medium out to Harrison on second down. And it's good. That's 13 more. Harrison on the day, 3 catches, 46 yards. Dallas Clark has had the biggest day, 5 catches for $109. Short hitched right back to Dallas Clark, in fact, but it's incomplete. Looked like the pass got there before Clark could put up his arms for him. And it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 31. We'll go to Falk, and we will pitch it to the right. Nothing there. In fact, he lost 6. Casanova was hurt on the play. Dunlap made the big play for the Bengals. Carlos Dunlap. And that'll bring up 3rd and 16. Ouch. We'll go to Hilton on a medium pass. Thinking they would key on Harrison. And he throws it underneath to Wayne and only picks up 4. So a 4th and 12 now for the Colts. McAfee back deep to punt. We'll see what happened here. A fumble by Yeast, but Cooks made the tackle, a fumble, and Reed was there to scoop it up for the Bengals, so they will retain possession at their own 22, 1st and 10. They trail by 10. They give to Dillon. Dillon straight ahead, 8 yards. Freeman on the stop. 2nd down and 2. And That's a 17-yard gain as Anderson throws to A.J. Green, number 18, whose picture I do not have, so you have this little mosaic here. First and 10 at the 47. I probably have it in my files, I just haven't coordinated it. Incomplete pass, they were looking for Green again. Kenny Anderson was. Now second and 10. Pass to Dillon out of the backfield, and it's a first down. At the 40 of the Colts. Another give to Dillon. Dillon just goes back to the line. Adams on the tackle. Second and 10 from the 40. Dillon straight ahead, 7 yards. Third and 3 for the 33. So trays are wild here. Dillon's got a first down. He's got much more yardage than that.
Holding
26, but it's
offense.
going to come back.
Number 54, 10-yard penalty.
So wipe that 26-yarder off the board. Third and 13 at the 43 now. Anderson throws. Caught by Collinsworth for 27 yards. Chris Collinsworth played very well as a third receiver against Baltimore. 5 catches, 76 yards. Today, he is at, I can see it here, and I cannot from this screen. We'll get his stats later. First and 10 at the 16 for the Bengals. And that's Ross, and Ross goes all the way. Touchdown. Here's the point after try by Graham. It's good, 27-24. We'll take a look at Collinsworth's stats since I promised him he's got 2 for 52 so far today. Okay, Wilkins back deep for the Colts. And he's 4 yards deep in his end zone. And he will down it. Colts will start first and 10 at their own 20. Sweep right, Falk. 1 yard loss.
Holding offense. Number 65, 10-yard penalty.
Solt was being adult there. They lose 10. First and 20 now at the 10. We'll go to Johnson. We'll go screen. Incomplete pass. Now it is second and 20. 3 wide. Put him in motion. Go medium to Hilton. Intercepted, and that's a touchdown. Lamar Parrish. And Cincinnati takes the lead. Here's the point after. 31-27 with 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Wilkins back deep. And he brings it out to about the 25. We'll start the fourth quarter in a moment. 31-27. Okay, back starting the fourth quarter. 31-27 Bengals now. We'll go to Falk, off tackle right. Say this for the Bengals, they're never in a bad game. And Falk gets trapped for a yard loss. Perfect on the stop. And it will now be second and 11. We'll go to Dallas Clark on a medium hitch. Oh, Reed got a sack on Peyton Manning. You don't see that every day. Third and 20 now. And they'll have to go for a long pass here, I would think. Hilton would be a good guy to go to, but he's got a high interception rate. We'll go to Reggie Wayne. Go underneath for 7 yards.
Offense. Number 78.
Come back. Glenn got called for offsides. They will decline the penalty, actually, and make it 4th and 13. McAfee in the punt. And fair caught by Yeast. First and 10 for the Bengals at the 31 with 13:29 left in the game. Pass complete to Ross for 10 yards. First down. Move it out to the 41. Give it to Dillon, no gain. Still at the 41 for a 2nd and 10. And that's a pass caught by Hujmanzada, 13 yards. 18 out of 23 for the day for Kenny Anderson out of Augustana College. 275 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's having a good day. First and 10 at the 46. They give to Dillon, and Dillon has 8 yards. Washington on the tackle. Ball now at the 38 for a 2nd and 2. Colts want to hold them to a field goal here if at all possible. Bethea makes the stop on Pete Johnson after 3 yards. It's now first and 10 at the 35. Johnson moving ahead for 6. Mathis makes the stop, while the 29 for a 2nd and 4. They give it outside to Dillon, no gain. Mathis on the stop again. 3rd and 4 to 29. To A.J. Green, and that's good for 21. Green with his season high of 79 yards receiving. First and goal at the 8. Really want to keep it to a field goal here if at all possible for the Colts, as I was saying earlier. Mathis brought down Dillon after no gain. 2nd and goal from the 8. Anderson throws, incomplete. And Ross will be sidelined with an undisclosed injury. Bob Trumpy coming into the game, who many of you know of being the lead analyst for NBC for a while, did a Super Bowl with Dick Enberg, which was, matter of fact, I think he did a couple with Dick Enberg, Super Bowls 27 and 28. A 3rd and goal now from the 8. Anderson, incomplete. Looking for Collinsworth, who also went on and became a color commentator and did several Super Bowls for NBC, oddly enough. If the Colts get this field goal, if the Bengals, I should say, get this field goal, it'll be a 7-point game. If the Colts go successful in holding them to a field goal also. Here's Graham's kick from 25, and it's good. And it's 34-27. And the Bluebirds out at Lucas Oil Stadium. Wilkins back deep for the Colts. He's got it at the 5, moving up the field. I always think of the Price is Right game cliffhanger when I see the animation of these kick returners moving the ball up. I don't know why that gels in my mind, but it does. 6:37 left to go. I don't think the Colts want to hurry just yet. Sweep right, Marshall Faulk. And this is going to be a nice game. 20 yards. Giving him 81 on the day. Harrison, medium fly. Instead they go underneath to Hilton, and he catches it for 7. A 2nd and 3. Harrison, medium out. Incomplete pass. It's now 3rd and 3. Trapped to the right with Falk. We'll try to throw him off guard with a run, and they get it. 6 yards. Perfect on the stop. It's now 1st and 10 at the 39. Reggie Harrison, slant pass. Might be open. It is. 29 yards. Riley on the tackle at the 10, and that puts Peyton over 300. 322 on the day. 23 out of 35. He's thrown 2 interceptions and 3 touchdowns. So he's kind of had a mixed bag kind of day. We're going to go to Johnson out of the backfield on a short pass from the 10. 1st and goal. Incomplete. Steady was throwing the Marshall Faulk, so he changed receivers there. We'll go Dallas Clark, and we will go short hitch. Incomplete. It's now 3rd and goal. Do or die time for the Colts. Medium fly to T.Y. Hilton. And he's got it. Touchdown. point away from a tie game. And there is that point. Vanderjagt puts it through, and we're dead even at 34-34. 3:03 left, and the way the first half ended, that could be 2 or 3 more scores by the time this game's over with. Here's Yeast going back deep. Catches it at about the 5, and he will move it out to the 25. First and 10 from there. 2:54 to go. Dillon up the middle. Fumbled, and returned for a touchdown. Oh, listen to that crowd. Adams scooped it and scored it. And just like that, the Colts are up 7. And it's 41-34. Yeast back deep again for the Bengals on another kickoff. Takes it again from the 5 and moves it out to the 28. Carl Pickens is going to come in the game, a 4 wide receiver set for Cincinnati, which might just work out for them quite well. We've had 4 turnovers in this game, 2 for each team. First and 10 at the 28. Anderson finds Collinsworth, and that's a first. 9 yards. Anderson goes over the 300-yard mark today. Second and 1 from the 37. A give to Dillon. Did Dillon get the first? No, he did not. Bethea tripped him up. 2:18 left in the clock running. And that is Pickens who catches it for 8 yards. Carl Pickens. We're at the 2-minute warning. Bengals need 7. They trail 41-34. First and 10 at the 46 now for the Bengals. Anderson goes looking for Green, incomplete. Second and 10. Penalty down.
False start. Offense. Number 78. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. Second down.
That was Anthony Munoz, the Hall of Fame offensive lineman for the Bengals. Plays left tackle. See him there, number 78. Second and 15 at the 40 now. Anderson could not find Collinsworth. He was just throwing that one away. Third and 15. 2 big pressure plays here for the Bengals. And now it's 4th and 15 after that pass to Pickens was not completed. Do or die time. To Collinsworth, but he'll be way short of the first. 8-yard game. He needed 15. But the Bengals still have all 3 of their timeouts left, so I'm sure the Colts will just play it cautious here. Dive play to Falk. Try to keep control of the football. 1-yard game. Colts will call time. Trap right Anthony Johnson. He just gets back to
Holding.
the line.
Offense.
And
Number
it's holding.
65. 10-yard penalty.
So that's 1:18 left on the clock. Off tackle right, Falk, but another holding play.
False start.
Penalty.
Offense. Number 18. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. Second down.
This time it's Peyton Manning who gets too eager. Wow. A second and 24. We will go trap left Falk and take the safety off. And Atkins drops him for a yard loss. Here I am sounding like Jimmy Stewart. Third and 25 from their own 37. Bengals are now down to 1 timeout. I'm going to make them use it and do a draw with Falk. And he picks up 3. Cincinnati will burn their last timeout, and that was the whole purpose of doing that. McAfee to punt. Yeast back deep for the Colts. Yeast does not get a return as the punt rolls dead at the 11. For a gain, the punt was for 49 yards. So this is the story. 55 seconds left. Bengals got to go all the way. Got to go 89 yards in 55 seconds with no timeouts. Long way to go and a short time to get there. First and 10. That's completed and out of bounds. Pickens for 15. They need 74 more yards. 47 seconds left to go. First and 10. And that's caught by A.J. Green. Pickup of 25. AJ Green now over 100 on the day at 104. Ball is now at the 49 of Indianapolis. 38 seconds left, first and 10. Can he do it again? Not this time. Incomplete. Tipped by Daniel. Second and 10 at the 49. It's caught. Pickens steps out of bounds. It's now 3rd and 2, but now there's only 21 seconds left to go. Ball to 41. And a sack. And that might just do it. Stan Brock on the sack, and that might just do it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. Final score, Colts 41, Bengals 34. So we had quite the shootout. Both teams over 400 yards of total offense. They combined for 860, and they also combined for 4 turnovers. Check out the scoring plays real fast. It was 10-0 Colts at one point, and Cincinnati got 10 off in a row. Then Vanderjagt hit a field goal to make it 13-10. Then Anderson got hot. Threw to Dillon to put him up 17-13. Then 2 scores for the Colts on 2 Peyton Manning throws. Then the Bengals got 17 unanswered. A 16-yard pass to Ross, a 25-yard interception return, and a 25-yard field goal by Graham. Archie Manning threw it to Hilton to tie it at 34 all, and then Adams brought back a fumble, and that closed out the scoring at 41-34. There's the stats. Anderson threw for 369, Manning 332. Anderson had the better day ratings-wise at 121.2, but it's the Colts that come away with the W. And our next games coming up, the next 3 games that'll be coming to you once the screen cooperates with me. We got New York and Tennessee tomorrow, as I record this on June 9th. Then Minnesota, New Orleans, and Atlanta in Las Vegas in another unplugged game. It's again your final 41-34 Colts over the Bengals, and that will put Indianapolis up to 1-1. There'll be a game behind Carolina, and we're waiting on the Tennessee-New York game, which will take place tomorrow. Cincinnati falls to 1-1. There'll be a game behind Cleveland and tied with Pittsburgh. Baltimore leading up the rear in this lower North Division at 0-2. We'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now, everybody.